What's he going to announce then on this economy rules front?
What he's going to do is say that they're going to have a review of the fuel economy standards in April of next year, which is the original timeline. This is very important because right before they left office, Obama's EPA people had said that the fuel economy rules, as proposed, are set in stone. They believe the industry can meet them. They believe it's economically and technologically feasible. What that standard says is everyone has to get to 54.5 mpg by 2025. That's a lab test. In real world numbers, that's like about 45, 46 mpg, which is still a very steep climb from where cars are today. If they put this midterm review back in for next year, that gives the Trump administration the ability to say, hey, this is too steep, hey, this is not economical, and maybe ratchet it back and make it easier for the car companies to hit in the next decade.
And then, David, what's next then? What other steps can be taken?
Well, so if he does this, and it's widely anticipated that he will, you have to basically have a rulemaking. So he'll start, and his administration will start looking at where cars are right now, whether or not it's feasible. Are consumers buying EVs? Are they buying hybrids? Are they buying the efficient vehicles that will help automakers get there, or is it too onerous? And then they could start basically pulling these back, or they could stretch out the timeline, and maybe it's 55 mpg by 2035 or something like that. Then you could have a fight because environmental groups will come in. They could file lawsuits and say that, hey, the previous administration had already made a rulemaking on this. It's set in stone, so you can't change it, President Trump, and we're going to fight you, and we could end up in court.
David, what happens to their facilities? Because obviously they've, switched around and engineered facilities to be able to build these kinds of cars. I mean, is that a big deal, or is it worth retooling all those?
Not really, just because they have to make fuel-efficient vehicles for China. The Chinese government is demanding and incentivizing plug-in hybrids and electric cars because they've got clean air issues over there. Europe is increasingly going away from diesel and toward electric vehicles and hybrids, so they have to make them anyway. You may see fewer electric cars on the roads in the U.S., and they may just have to push for more fuel-efficient vehicles. Really, it's leniency, and it will help profits because you'll be putting less technology into some of the current vehicles out there, but you wouldn't see the industry really ratchet back on fuel economy and start to make less efficient vehicles because they know they have other markets to serve, and they also know the political pendulum swings, and if there's another president or if there's a more Democratic Congress in the midterms, that things could change again, and they don't want to be caught flat-footed. So they would use the leniency to continue to sell more of the gas-guzzling vehicles that make better profit, but they wouldn't abandon the technology wholesale.